I'll do another small walk around. Alright, CBR 1000 double R5 blade. So here we are, downtown Sydney, and we have the Sydney Harbour Bridge right in front. Maybe we should go under the bridge? Yeah, let's go under the bridge. So this bike is pretty much stock. I have the Austin Racing can on it, which everyone knows about. That's all I talk about. I have the R&G fender eliminator, and I have the Honda Racing seat cowl. So, you know, we have about 30 riders at this petrol station behind the office taking a piss. The R&G fender eliminator, guys, is an absolutely fantastic product. It's a cloudy day in Sydney. It has not been cloudy for 3 months. I actually put that on myself. Now, I don't even know how to put air in my tires. I mean, I'm stupid. I love clouds. No, I don't. But I tackled this, and I did it in about 4 hours. Ooh, glass. The great thing about the R&G fender eliminator, and this is for the Fireblade, I don't know about other models, but for the Fireblade, when you put on the R&G fender eliminator, you don't have to cut any wires. You don't have to splice anything. You don't have to join anything. They just give you all the parts you need, and it's just a matter of connecting their wires to the existing wires. Okay, so it just goes click, click. Really, really simple. Anyone can do it. The reason it took me 4 hours is, you know, I put it on and then I put it on upside down, and then I had to take it all off and I put it on back to front and all this shit, because I don't know what the fuck I'm doing. I have this friend, you see. He's a ride buddy. He rides a GSXR 1000. And last Wednesday, he was really unfortunate. What I might also mention is why I actually decided to get the Honda Fireblade. Now, before this Fireblade, I had an R1, 2008 R1. Great bike. Okay, no question. What I found is this one is much easier to manage. The CBR is easier to ride, period, in my opinion. What happened was last Wednesday, he had to take public transport to work. Poor guy. Now, something about the look of bikes. Okay, you have kind of two directions that they go in. And he contacted me after that to tell me, you know, what it was like. And he said it was absolutely disgusting. It was terrible. He didn't know that public transport, specifically trains, were that bad. One direction they go into this aggressive kind of pointy, sharp. He found syringes in between the seats. This Fireblade, the look is almost too simple. There was piss all over the place, like people were pissing in the corner. So this is the Sydney Harbour here. We've got lots of tourists around here taking pictures. And that's the Sydney Harbour Bridge. And this is about as close as you can get to it without going over it. It's not trying to do anything with its looks. I'm talking purely about the looks now. Oh yeah, the most important thing he said, I couldn't believe this. He said that this guy, in a train full of people, he suddenly stood up and pulled his pants down and got up on the seat and did a shit on the seat. It's not trying to be aggressive or trying to look fast, or it's just what it is. Luckily, the shit on the seat was on the opposite side of where he was sitting, but he said after the guy did the shit on the seat, the people sitting on the seats next to the seat with the shit on it, they just kept sitting there. They didn't move. I mean, these people would rather sit next to a shit than stand up and lose their seat. They're not worried about making it look really menacing so people buy it. That's not Honda design. It's like, if I can compare it to cars, I shouldn't do this, but if I can compare it to cars, here's two different kinds of cars. You have the Porsche, right? And then you have, let's say, the Lamborghini or the Ferrari. I know trains and public transport are not the most fun, but why do they make people behave like cavemen just because they're in a train? Why do you have to shit on the seat? Is public transport that bad? So you see, the Porsche has a kind of simplistic kind of look, right? And the Ferrari has that, if those two were bikes, the Porsche would be the Fireblade and the Ferrari would be the ZX-10 or the R1. He was sending me messages saying, "Oh, dude, I forgot to tell you, in the carriage there were two prostitutes I saw." Okay, you guys that are not from Sydney or from Australia, I'm going to take you under the Sydney Harbour Bridge. I think there was actually much more than he can remember on the train. I think if you put this guy under hypnosis, he'd probably come up with another 10, 15 things that he saw. Porsche was founded by a German guy, and his name was Ferdinand Porsche. Right, and this is something that he used to say. I mean, you've all seen the Sydney Harbour Bridge, but you've never been under it, right? Admit it. He used to say, when you design a product, when you design a car, you design it for performance, all right? And that's your priority. Design it for performance. And if it happens to turn out beautiful, that's a good thing. I think Honda has a very similar mindset to Porsche. And we have the Opera House over there. So this kind of gives you a perspective of how the Opera House and the bridge are laid out. And all their products are like that pretty much. All right? Porsche's a really good example. Yeah, I've got a helmet on there. Now, on the other hand, you have the Italian mindset. Right, here we are. So you have the Opera House over there. And the bridge over here. Here's an example. Giuseppe over here designs the bike. Trains are dangerous. If you could be sitting next to some guy, and he proposes it to his design guys, and he's put a new part on it that will improve reliability. And this guy could suddenly, for absolutely no reason, he could just pull a knife out and stab you in the side. But Antonio over here will say, "What's this shit?" And Giuseppe will say, "Well, this shit, is going to make our bikes last longer and all that stuff." And he said, no way. We're not going to have this pipe sticking out here or this bolt or this thing. We're not going to have it. You could also have someone on your other side and suddenly they vomit all over you. They just vomit on you, because this guy said that there was vomit all over the floor. I just feel a bit stupid in a helmet here, but vloggers do what they have to do, right? Psychopaths on trains, they go mad and they start stabbing people. When the Italian designers sit at their drawing boards Looks. It's got to look beautiful. Every single nut and bolt and part has to be beautiful. But he pulled out a big screwdriver and started stabbing people with the screwdriver. And if something's going to spoil the looks, like for example, if they can make something that will make it more reliable, but that's going to ruin the looks, it's not going to go. So in the email it said, click here to take 10-minute survey. It will take only 10 minutes. 10 minutes. 10 fucking minutes. These guys want 10 minutes of my life. I got away from a trike. If the email said, click here to take 10-minute survey and we will give you $10, she waved at me. And I'm not even on a bike. 10 minutes today is like a fucking lifetime. Who has 10 minutes? A lot of guys out there are saying, you don't need it, you don't need 1000cc, you don't need a liter bike. No one can use that power, you don't need it. I'm back. Alright. You fucking need it.